We have a pair of play-in games coming up tonight as well, Bulls, Raptors, and Thunder, Pels. To help us break down that as well as the playoff picture in general in the NBA, bring in John Massa of howtobeatthebookie.com. Been in this racket a long time. Great with the NBA. Great to have you. How are you today?
Thanks for having me, guys. Very good. Ready for the NBA playoffs. Tell me when you want to get started.
John, let me ask you a question. How much in your handicap, and I know you've been doing this all year and you've been giving out winners all year, how much have you factored in maybe the regular season isn't indicative to what we see in the playoffs?
It is and it isn't. Depends on the teams. Golden State we'll talk about that. That's one of my bets. Golden State for Saturday. Throw out what they did, especially on the road all year long. It's playoff time. You've got the core, Curry, Clay, and Dre, 4-time NBA world champs, going against the team that hasn't been there in 16 years. They were the worst. They have the worst record on the road of any playoff team. This isn't a road travel for them. They're going down the highway to Sacramento. So again, playoff time, they kick it into another gear. For certain teams, Denver, opposite. Great all year. I don't have them as one of the top teams in the West.
Well, no, I think that's a funny point, too, on the Warriors, just because you look at that stat where it says they're the 19th team to lose 30-plus games on the road and make the playoffs. The previous 18, 17 of them were eliminated in the first round, yet the Warriors are here and you're $3 favorite in this opening series, and they're favored big for a reason because of all of the things that you mentioned there. Before we get into just kind of general series outlook, though, I do want to just get your opinion on the play-in games coming up tonight, if there are any bets that you have in either of the two upcoming.
Absolutely. I bet Thunder plus 5.5 as soon as the lines came out. Various reasons. They've met 7 times in the last 2 years. Pelicans winning 4 of the 7. Thunder covering 5 of the 7. All 4 that the Pelicans won have been by 4 points or less. They play a tight game every time out. Sunday, Pelicans went to Minnesota with the hopes of becoming a 7 or a 7 seed or higher. They went for that game. 4 of their 5 starters played 39 minutes or more. They had that game in hand, up 14 points. Gobert has a fight. He's out of the game. McDaniels, he breaks his hand. He's out of the game. So a 14-point lead. T-Wolves' best 2 defensive players out of the game, and they still let them come back to win the game. They let that one slip away. They got to come home now. Oklahoma City team that's been great on the road against the spread all year long. They rested all their guys Sunday. I think this is a game that they've done so many times. Just keep it close. Thunder 5-1 straight up, 6-0. Last 6 visits to New Orleans. I took Thunder plus 5.5.
How about the Toronto and Chicago series? How do you handicap that, John?
Last 6 times these teams have met, 3-3, home team winning and covering each of the 3. Toronto's won 2 of them this year. Toronto's just been red hot at home in the second half. Chicago, who was absolutely horrible all year on the road, winds up winning 8 of their last 10 on the road. This game is a little high. I expect this to be a little bit of a lower scoring game. It just has ticked up to 6 points. It's Bulls or no one for me in this spot.
I know that you do a little bit of everything, right, when you're betting the NBA playoffs, but do you have a preference, whether it's, game by game or betting series prices or series spreads? Is there any specific angle or approach that you take when you're betting the playoffs?
Value, wherever I see value. Really tough to bet these series. You just don't know. Injuries pop up, and they transform everything. I'm waiting on the injury of Julius Randle for the Knicks. He was at practice yesterday, out of the walking boot, still up in the air if he'll play or not. I took +6 regardless in game 1. If I knew we had Randle the entire series, that it would be a different story. I might be able to play him. Can't pull the Knicks, pull the trigger on the Knicks in this series without knowing if he's in. Similar situation, the Clippers without Paul George, not much of a chance against the Phoenix Suns team that is yet to lose when they've got KD on the court.
How about let's talk about the East. Is it a two-team race, or do you think there would be a sleeper? Is there value in playing the 76ers to go to the finals?
I don't.
Yeah,
No, I don't think there's a
I didn't
sleeper.
even set him up on that. He had the
Just-
answer.
I think Milwaukee's cut ahead above everybody else. I think Celtics are also. Philadelphia, they can't beat the Celtics. They have beaten the Bucks. That could be interesting, but they wouldn't get there. If form holds, which I expected to in the first round of the East, you're looking at the Bucks against either Cavs or Knicks, and it'll hold with Celtics beating the Hawks and Sixers beating the Nets. Sixers just cannot beat the Celtics. They beat them the last time just by 2 points in Philly in a game. Really didn't mean much to Boston. Boston's had their number. They'll beat them. Can they beat the Bucks? If Middleton is having a problem again, like he did last year, now he tweaked something against, should be ready. But that's what made Boston beat the Bucks last year with Middleton out. With Middleton healthy, I believe Bucks go back to the NBA championship this year from the East.
How about the Sixers and the Nets? Where do you have that? What do you handicap on that series? Is it a 5 game, 6 game?
4 or 5, yeah, in and out. Sixers won all 4 meetings this year. A couple of the meetings were earlier in the year. That's when you had KD and Kyrie there. This Nets team, Mikal Bridges done a great job since coming over from Phoenix, but he's just not that superstar. Too much firepower, too many times getting to the line. Embiid and Harden. Philly will get the job done. Could be a sweep or 5 games. Don't see Nets really posing a threat to them.
In what we talk in the East about it being this 2-horse race type of a thing, in the West it really feels like it could be anybody's game, up for grabs, very much so, super wide open in that conference. Who do you have coming out of it?
Wide open is exactly the word. Things happen for a reason. So I see that the Clippers winning on the final day, beating Phoenix in the final day of the regular season, only to having to play them again, just not optimal. Like I said, KD on the court, Phoenix has yet to lose. Clippers will be without Paul George for at least the beginning of the series. I see Phoenix holding serve on their home court in that one. I got Phoenix rated as the best team right now. Memphis, their reward for being the 2 seed is they get the team in the West that's had the best record since the All-Star break, and that's the Lakers. Didn't play a great game last night against Timberwolves. I expect them to come out much better. If you guys can go back and remember, January 20th, Memphis goes into L.A., plays the Lakers. It's the game that they get into it with Shannon Sharp on the sidelines. Since then, Memphis just 20-18. And like I said, Lakers since the All-Star break, second best record. Only Milwaukee Bucks have a better record. This is a problem. Lakers are a problem in the West. I got them upsetting them. I bet them already plus 3.5 in game 1. And I've got them upsetting the Grizzlies. Grizzlies can't win on the road. Best home record in the NBA this year. And that's why they're a little bit of an overlay, I feel. But I still took the Lakers in game 1.
Did you have any concern about the Lakers yesterday? I mean, just given the way that game played out, they're an 8.5-point favorite. They're down as many as 15 a number of times, including late in the third quarter. They obviously end up getting the job done in overtime, but you believe that they're going to be able to step it up against kind of, the injured Memphis team in that next round. But right away, game 1, you're taking the 3.5.
Already took 3.5. Yeah, again, like I said, Lakers did not look good. Most of that fell on D'Angelo Russell. Just 1 for 9 last night. He's got to get the job done shooting. Because they'll face, Lakers got a break again last night. No Gobert, no McDaniels. Those are 2 of the guys that would be trying to limit AD and LeBron. They'll go to Memphis now. Got another couple of guys that play defense there. Jackson Jr. is phenomenal. AD's got to get the job done on him. He'll limit him. He won't stop him. Brooks, he's got to get the job done also defensively. I just think the Lakers, like I said, since the All-Star break, they won the trade deadline. There's no question about it. What they've been able to do since then.
Yeah, and especially that defense. John, thank you so much for the time.
Thanks, John. Awesome work, man. Appreciate you.
John Massa, make sure you check out again howtobeatthebookie.com.
He's all over it.
Yes, sir.